Question 8, 2021. We're given this function here. P is unknown, and we're asked to use h of 10 is equal to 30 to show that P is 3.6. So h of 10 is equal to 0.001 by 10 cubed, which is 1000, minus 0.12 by 10 squared, which is 100, plus just 10p, x is 10, and then plus 5 equals 30. So 1 minus 12 plus 5 plus 10p is equal to 30. So that's bringing a minus 6 across. We're going to get 10p is equal to 36. So we can see that p is 3.6. Part 2 is complete the table and then draw the graph. So it's just calculator. You set your calculator up at the function and change all the values, and you should get 5 when it's equal to 0, just the constant. 30 is given, 21 is given for 40, 60 is given, and 75 is given. So it's just 4 more calculators uses. So you're going to get 37. I'll round them off here. 37. When I put in 30, I get 31. Sorry, 32 actually. 21 is given. When I put 50 in, I get 10. 60 gives 5, 70 gives 12, and 75 gives 21.875. And then take your time in these exams drawing this graph. So this is what it should look like when you put your dots on. Just take your time getting up to these max points and make sure that it curves down from it. You can even turn your page sideways. It might help to continue your curve down. Identify that minimum point and curve up from it, and then just complete your graph with a nice curve. So this is what your function should look like. Probably 10 marks for this in the exam. So let's just put a couple of extra things in this graph before we move on to the next part. What can we tell from these functions? We've got our maximum point. We have our max here at x is equal to 20. X equals 20 gives me my max. It looks like x equals 60 gives me my min. X equals 60. 20 and 60, the midpoint of that is 40. That will give me my point of inflection if it's required. Point of inflection here. Okay, so let's go on and see what they're looking for. So next part, we're asked to find h prime x, the derivative. So let's just write h of x down again first. H of x is equal to 0.001 x cubed minus 0.12 x squared, and we got p to be 10 plus 10. Sorry, we got p to be 3.6, not 10. 3.6 x, and we have a plus 5. So h prime x doesn't change anything just because they're small decimals. 3 by 0.001, 0.003 x squared minus 0.24x plus 3.6 is my derivative. So to show that this section of track reaches a max, we can just solve h prime x equal to 0. 0.003 does look funny without the x there, x squared minus 0.24x plus 3.6 equal to 0. You could use the quadratic formula. We could try and factorize it to get 3 x squared. I'm moving the 3 decimals, so minus 240x, and then plus 3600, moving it 3 decimals. That's going to leave me with dividing by 3, x squared minus 80x plus 1200. Does this factorize? Looks like 6 and 2 will be 12 and 8. Let's try 60 and 20. X by x equals 0. 60 by 20 is 1200. And 2 minuses will give me x is equal to 20, or x is equal to 60. Now we saw from our graph earlier that gave me the min. X equals to 20 gave me the max. So what else are we asked? So the inflection point is this one, the inflection point. We saw earlier x is equal to 40 for the inflection point, the midpoint of those roots. So h of 40, which you have in our table, is equal to 21. So 21 meters is the answer for h of 40. And then the last part is integration, average height above ground of this function. So the integral, so 1 over b minus a, don't forget the 1 over b minus a, the integral of 0.001 x cubed minus 0.12 x squared plus 3.6x plus 5. And that's between, it was between 0 and 75. So 1 over 75 times 0.001 x to the power of 4 raised to the power and divide by the new power minus 0.12 x to the power of 3 over 3 plus 3.6 x squared. You could simplify these previous two terms here over 2 plus 5x between 75 and 0. We don't need the 0 part because they all have x, and if we put this into our calculator, my average value is coming out to be 1 over 75, and if we put 75 in for x, it's giving me 1535.15, giving me an overall average height of 20.468. And back up 2 decimal places, 20.47 meters, which in the context of the question you can see is correct.